Hey everyone, good afternoon. I'm Gina Rabasi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got into real estate. I recently changed professions. I used to sell insurance when I was younger, and my husband was active duty, and then I stopped selling insurance. It was personal insurance, home, auto, and life insurance. And I stopped to stay at home with the girls, Mia and Gianna, my daughters, when they were babies. And then I went back to work with an insurance firm here in town on a part-time basis for a while. And the program for family readiness started to kind of explode, and they decided, the powers that be decided that they were going to pay a family readiness officer a salary. And I had been doing that type of work as a volunteer for many years because my husband was a career, he spent 26 years in the Marine Corps, and I loved my volunteer time within the Family Readiness Program. And I received a job working at a squadron at New River Air Station, and I loved the job, and I just felt like it was a great fit, and I was so happy. Didn't think that my husband was going to get orders to Okinawa, Japan, and he did. And I was able to apply and secure a job in Okinawa, Japan with an artillery battalion, and I was very happy to work there, and I felt like this was my jam. I loved the Marines and their families. I loved learning about the culture of Japan and the Okinawan people. And it was just a wonderful time and a wonderful career move that I felt like I made. And I didn't miss the sales portion at all, because I feel like I am served to lead people in a servitude manner. And I love serving people and helping people. So spent a few years with 3rd Battalion, 12th Marines in Okinawa, Japan, and I'm still in contact with many of my families that I served along with, the Marines that I served along with there. And then I moved to being the Family Readiness Officer for 3rd Marine Division. And I loved that job as well, and I was just so excited to be able to have that opportunity to work along with a general. And I just felt like things were changing for the better for the entire program. And then my mom got sick, and I packed a suitcase with my daughters and left Okinawa thinking that I was going to be gone for a couple of months to help get my mom back on her feet, only to realize that I was going to have to be the primary caregiver of my mom, who was diagnosed with dementia. And I took care of my mom for 5 years, not working at all. Always itching to get back to work. While I enjoyed the time, well, not really. I didn't enjoy it all the time. It's hard to be a caregiver, but I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to spend more time with my mom and whatnot. But I was applying for Family Readiness Officer jobs here in the States, and I was not getting selected for the positions. I would apply, I would get interviewed, and then I wasn't selected. And I thought, well, that must be God talking to me. You know, he wants me to stay focused on my mom, and my mom really needs me. And so, you know, I just kind of pushed it aside and moved forward, and spending most of my time, or all of my time really, with my mom and in her care. Then in September of 2018, my mom passed away, and prior to her passing away, just 11 months prior, I put my mom in a long-term care facility because it was becoming too hard for us at home to be able to care for her. It was a very dark and difficult day. I put her in the facility, and then I thought, I need to stay busy. I'm going to apply for fro jobs, and I'm going to see what happens with that. So while I am applying for fro jobs, and if anyone has ever applied for a government job, you know that your resume is, anywhere from 10 to 27 pages long. So it's quite a process, and it's a long process. So I was doing that, and in the interim of all this, people would say to me, I think you would be a really great real estate agent. You know this area really well. You and Chris have spent a lot of time here. Why don't you think about going into real estate? What makes you not, just give up being a fro and go into real estate? And I thought, I don't really want to go into real estate because I want to spend time with my family. I want to be able to have downtime. I don't want to work every single day and every single hour and whatnot. So I just kind of shooed that away. And then I wasn't accepted, or I wasn't selected, if you will, for this next fro job that I applied for. And my inner psyche was hurt tremendously. I was feeling like, what is wrong with me? How is it that I could have held 3 different fro positions with a squadron, with a combat arms, and up at a administrative level working for a general? Why wouldn't that experience work well over here? Why wouldn't that transition? And so I started praying to God and saying, I want you to put me where I'm going to best serve you, where I'm going to best glorify you and be honest and truthful and take care of other military members and their families with no holds barred, the best way that I can. And they will know that they are being taken care of. Wherever, God, you see me do that, the best way, that is where I'm going to go. But I need you to give me a sign. And, I was waiting for God to be like, Gina, you need to go down this path. Well, that was not happening. And so I just kept praying, and I thought, okay, so God, I think that maybe you're talking to me about real estate because I'm hearing it from more than several people, more than several of my friends. So I am going to go to real estate school, and I'm going to study, and I'm still going to apply for fro jobs as they come available. And I'm just going to do both. And I'm going to do both with the fervor of my very best. And then it is up to you, Lord, to help me make that decision. I know that in my heart that it's one of these two places. And if I'm wrong, then show me the other path. But I think it's these two paths. So I'm taking the lead, and I'm taking the action, Lord. So please show me. And I went to the school, and it was difficult. I haven't been to school in a long time. I'm not going to tell you how long, but it's been a long time. Because, I'm 29, but it was a long time. Anyway, I made it through this schooling, and I studied like it was my job. It is a very difficult class. It's a very difficult test. There are 2 tests that you must pass to become a real estate agent: a national test and a state level test. And I passed the state level test, and then I flunked the national test. So I had to take it again. And I thought, when I flunked the national test, I was like, well, God, you spoke to me. You see, I flunked it. I need to not do this. I'm going to focus on being a family readiness officer, and I'm going to apply for this next job, and I'm going to get all my ducks in a row for that. And then I started to pray again, and it wasn't like I heard God like, Gina, but what I heard in my heart was, I'm sending you a helicopter, I'm sending you a boat. You need to take these modes of transportation and you need to move forward, and it will be revealed in my time. So I did not turn my back against real estate. I forged ahead and studied harder for the national exam, and I continued to apply for 2 other Fro positions with my 27 and 28 and 29 page resumes. And I was interviewed, and I felt like the interviews went well. I was told the interviews went really well. I felt like they went well, that I was going to be selected, particularly for these last 2 that I had interviewed for. And in the meantime, I had gotten my license for real estate with the national, so I was full. And I spoke with Pam Fertney over at Century 21 Champion. That was the firm that I knew that I wanted to go to. I didn't look at any other firms because I didn't need to. I've known Art and Pam for many, many years, and I know how they do business because I've done business with Art, and I just knew that that's where I belonged. So I already knew that. So that was a good thing. So I started working at Century 21 in what I call, God bless you, Ebony, my assistant, who's holding the camera for me. I started working at Century 21, and I was praying, okay, Lord, here I am. I'm at Century 21. I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm working. And I was still waiting. I had interviewed for these 2 Fro positions, and I had made the cut to the second round and all of that. It's a panel interview. It's very daunting, and I was waiting. And I said another prayer, Lord, I did both. I am waiting for a response for this Fro job. And I'm telling you, I thought that being a Fro was my jam. Like, I really thought that the Lord was going to say to me, you're going back to a battalion, you were going to serve those families, you were going to do your very best, and that's going to be that. And that is not how it turned out, as you know. I did not get selected for that job as a Fro. And I had already started at Century 21 Champion. And so I said, well, Lord, I hear you loud and clear. I am glorifying you. I am moving forward. I'm going to do the best that I can. Now, I know that I'm here talking about the Lord and religion and everything. And I want to tell you all that I don't want to offend anybody. I'm Catholic. I believe in Jesus. I love Jesus. I love God. And I know that other people have other ways of worship, and I respect that. This is just my story and my love of God and how it's worked out for me. I just want to preface that by saying, like, I don't want you to think that I am, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. I mean, I really do. I'm not this perfect person or anything like that. I just want to tell you my story, and that it had a lot to do with prayer, and it had a lot to do with trust in God. Some may say trust in the universe, or whatever the case may be. For me, it was God. And I said, okay, God, thank you. Thank you so much for showing me this. And I have given you everything that I think that I was supposed to, or that we're called to by the Bible and our catechism teachings as well. And I started making my phone calls. I started talking to people and telling them that I was in real estate, and I have been blessed. move forward with every person with honesty and love and compassion, and I learn everything that I possibly can. Here comes Katie, my cat, to say hello. And I have done very well. I was nominated as and won the 2019 Rookie of the Year for my firm. I'm very blessed with all of my clients, and I will continue to walk this path as a servant leader and project manager for you, because essentially that's what a real estate agent is. We are project managers. We are problem solvers and project managers. We ensure that the work gets done on your home, that you do the work in order to list it. We give you the ideas, and we give you options to make determinations to move forward. And I am still learning, and I think that in this profession that I will learn something every day when I have been in this business for 20 years. And I look forward to that. And I look forward to continuing my career and continuing to serve all of you, everyone, military people, teachers, all of the heroes, and everyone, everyday people that are just looking for a home, maybe their first home or maybe their forever home. Maybe you live overseas and you want me to help you virtually. I am here for you. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I just wanted to share it with you because not too many people know it. And I feel blessed, and I feel God's grace in my life every single day, because I waited for him to tell me the answer, and I moved forward and took action, knowing that God had a plan for me and that I needed to be patient for him to tell me what it was. So that's my story. I love you all. And if you need me, call me anytime. I'm available all the time. And oh, by the way, I do not mind being available all the time. And I do work all the time. And I love every minute of it. It is my life. And it is something that I'm proud to do. I'm proud to serve the people. I'm proud to help you. And that's all that I have. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.